I've lost my direction, you're the compass for my way. You're the fire and light when nights are long and cold. In sadness, you are the laughter that shadows all my fears. When I'm all alone, your hand is there to hold. Jesus, you're the center of my joy. All that's good and perfect comes from you. You're the heart of my contentment, hope for all I do. Jesus, you're the center of my joy.
So let's go over the chorus, which is no, actually, well, the intro. I didn't put the intro in the chord chart, but it's just a one chord going to a 4 minor over 1. Okay, so it's an A flat minor, like that. Okay, but Richard, he's you know, making the chords bigger in the higher register of the piano, like that. So you could do like an E flat chord in your left hand, like so, and then you could do an octave E flat with your right hand. And I think the line is something like that, right? I think that's what I heard, right? So you could learn that. So all I did with my left hand, da 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 da, da 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 da, something like that. And then he's really just breaking up the chord, and you could do, right? So you could play around with ideas on the intro there. Let's move to the chorus. So let's do the simple chord structure. So Jesus, that's just a one chord, right? And then you're the center of the melody. There is the center of, and so you want to learn how to harmonize that melody, right? So you could do that. So Jesus, you're the, right? And then I wrote 2 over 1, which is an F minor to the 1 chord. So center of. Okay, and then he does this. Okay. So what is that? Well, it's a D7 flat 9. So you're like, okay, what is that? Well, on the chord chart, I have a 7. What's a 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is D. Okay, and a D dominant is D, F sharp, A, C. And I wrote flat 9. So the 9 would be E. We're going to flat that 9. But from this chord, I'm only using the D, the F sharp, C, and the E flat. So I omitted the A, right? And that's on my. Now he could have just played a regular E flat, my joy, right? So he could have went, Jesus, you're the center of my joy. He didn't do that. He did this crunchy gospel chord substitution. So instead of just playing an E flat chord, he played basically a D flat 9. Okay, and then joy is a B flat, which is a 5 over 3. Right, there's a 5 chord over 3. Joy. And then we do some passing chords. La 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 la, joy. And basically it's this chord, joy. So that's a 5 to a 1 progression. So in the chord chart, this is a 5 minor 7. What is this chord? Well, it's a 5. So the bass note is a 5, B flat. And my B flat minor is this, and minor 7th is the A flat. So if you look closely, this is simply a D flat chord over a B flat. So what I did is I took the top 3 notes and I inverted it like that. It's a very common gospel 5-1 progression. Okay? And then to the 1. So in context, Jesus, you're the center of my joy. Right? So that's how that works. Now all that's good is just simply a 4 chord, which is an A flat. You could also drop this A flat to a G. Oh, that's good. Sorry, when you drop this A flat to a G, you could basically you've turned it into an A flat major 7, so A flat, and the G is the major 7, which is just a C minor over A flat. But if you don't like it, you could just keep a straight A flat. Sorry, straight A flat. Yeah, that's right. So all that's good and perfect. This is just a B flat chord, a 5 chord, and all that's good and perfect. So a 5 over 4. I wrote the wrong chord in the chord chart. So 5 over 4 is a B flat over A flat. So what's happening is that all that's good and perfect. Okay. You're just moving in the right hand from an A flat chord to a B flat. So all that's good and perfect. If I did the C minor, all that's good and perfect. Right? Either way works. Comes. Right? So all that's good and perfect comes from. And then U is a 1 over 3. U. Or you could do a 5 over 3 to a 1 over 6 for the U, right? So all that's good and perfect comes from you. So in the chord chart, let me change that to a 5 over 3. All that's good and perfect comes from you. All right, so 5 over 3 to this 1 over 6. Okay. And then there's a walkup that I had trouble getting when I first started learning this song years ago. But he does this walkup 2, 3, sharp 4, or flat 5, as I have in the chord chart. 5, da 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 da. So in the E flat scale, 2, 3, 4 is A flat. He sharps the 4, so he goes F, G, A. So almost as if you're walking up the F major scale instead. So F, G, A, B flat. And the chords are this. Well, it's an A flat over F, which is basically an F minor 7th. So I wrote a 2 minor 7. Right? Because 2 and then minor 7th is A flat, C, E flat. But I voiced it like this. So with the E flat on the bottom. So you should know your theory, okay? A 2 minor 7, F minor 7 is basically an A flat chord over F, which is a 4 over 2. But then I inverted this A flat with the E flat on the bottom. So the walkup is this. On the 2 and on the 3, it's a B flat over G. Here's a B flat root position, but it's inverted like this. So here's the first chord of the walkup, second chord. And then the next chord over the A is actually a C minor. So here's a C minor, root position, but it's inverted. Okay, so da da da. And then the last chord on the walkup is this chord. It's a B flat, A flat, D, F. What is this chord? It's basically a B flat dominant 7. So in the chord chart, I wrote a 5 capital D7, which is the B flat triad, and the dominant 7 means flat the 7, A flat. So if you look closely at this chord, this is a D, F, A flat, which is a D diminished. Right? But I inverted it this way. Right? So let me do that whole line from All That's Good. So, all that's good and perfect comes from you. Ba, 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 ba. You're the heart. Ooh, one of my favorite chords. Okay, what is this chord? In the chord chart, I wrote 1 capital D, 9 sus. What is that? Well, it's an E flat dominant chord, basically. Well, it's a 9. So here's the E flat basic triad. Dominant 7 means flat the natural 7th, which is a D flat. D is the major 7th. D flat is the dominant 7th. And we actually went up to a 9. So E flat to E flat is 8. So start over. Well, 8, 9 would be F on the E flat scale. So we have the 1, the 3, the 5, flat 7, and the 9. Now it's a sus. There's a little sus. So we're going to drop this G and B flat to an A flat. So a sus means a distance of 4. So from the root note E flat, you go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 is A flat. So this chord, the E flat 9, we take the G and the B flat, move it to an A flat. So what does that create? It creates this. So Richard uses this. You're the heart. Now he's singing a B flat. You're the heart. So you could keep the B flat if you want. Right? Because the B flat would be here. Right? Remember in the original chord is this? Well, we moved this G to an A flat. And he put the B flat up here. So very nice big gospel chord here. Okay? Or you could just play the D flat over E flat like that. You're the heart. Or you could even voice in the left hand the E and the B flat. You're the heart. Right? And then this sus chords always resolve. Right? So that A flat is going to drop to a G. Of my contentment. Right? So you're the heart of my. So my, you resolve that D flat major chord to an E flat while keeping the bass E flat. Okay? So in context from the walkup, ba 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 ba, you're the heart of my contentment. Okay? So hope, I wrote a 1/4, which is basically an E flat triad. So I would play like this. Hope for all I do. So let's break that down. Hope is just a 1/4. Hope for all is an F minor, right? In first inversion. So hope for all I, right? Hope for all I do. So what is this? Do. Sorry, did I break that down? So 1/4. Right. For all is a 2/4. Hope for all, and I is a back to a 1/4. And then do is a 4 minor over 2. Okay, this is a 4 minor. A flat minor. But I inverted because the melody is on top. Do, he's singing an A flat. So you invert that chord over the 2 like that. So you can play like this. You could even double up in the left hand. Do octaves in your left hand. Move my mic a little bit here. Hope for all I do. Right? You could do that. And then Jesus. We're back to a 1/5. Okay. This one chord is inverted, second inversion. Jesus. And then we do a passing chord. So what the heck is that? It's a 6 On the chord chart, I wrote a 6, capital D, flat 9. What is that? Well, a 6 is a C, right, in an E flat scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dominant 7. So a dominant 7 always starts with a major triad, C, E, G, and then you flat the 7. Right, now what's this 9? Well, C to C is 8. That's an octave. 9 would be D, which is also the 2. But it's a flat 9, so you shrink this D down a semitone. So what do you have? C, E, G, that's a C chord. You have the dominant 7, and then the flat 9, which is the D flat. But I didn't voice it like this. I voiced this chord with the G on top. So if the G is on top, well, let's just move the G first of all. So you get this. So I could have played it like this, but I also moved this E flat here. Sorry, the E up here as well. Okay. So that changes the chord. So this is the chord in root position, this 6 dominant 7 flat 9. You could say 6 flat 9. Right? You play it how you want, right? You could do octaves in the left hand too. So Jesus, passing chord on the 6, because we're gonna go now to the 2. You're the Son. Right? So Jesus, pass chord to the 2 minor 7. Okay, so that's how that works. So Jesus. So I could put this 6 dominant 7. I'm gonna turn it blue. You know. So my chords in blue represent passing chords. Okay. So Jesus. Very nice gospel passing chord. Okay, and this 6 is gonna go to a 2. Hit a 7. Right? So 2 minor 7 is, which is a F minor 7, which is basically a 4 over 2 or A flat over F, but you could invert this A flat like so. Center. If you want to play the melody, well, if you want to play the chords in the melody, center. It's an A flat F, so you can play A flat then an F minor, like that. Center. Okay. So Jesus, pass, you're the center, and then of. Ooh, what's this chord? So this of here is basically a 6 over a flat 5. 6 is C minor. Okay, flat 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 is B flat. Flat 5 would be an A natural. For those of you who know your theory, this is an A minor 7 flat 5. So here's A minor 7. Flat 5 means drop that E to an E flat. What that creates is a C minor triad over an A. And Richard is using as a passing chord really to get to the 5. Center of, it's a passing chord, my, and then my is just a 5 chord B flat in second inversion. My, and then this resolves to a 1 chord E flat.